Hi everyone, we're going to write a two-column proof for this word problem regarding a bicycle tour. You take part in a 3-day bicycle tour. On the first day, you ride 95 miles. On the third, final day, you also ride 95 miles. Use the following steps to prove that the distance you ride in the first 2 days is equal to the distance that you ride in the last 2 days. So I'm going to draw a little diagram here and divide it up. So this is our A part. So I'm just going to draw a straight line segment, and divide it into equal parts. So we have A, and then we go 95 miles. So I'll put 95 here. This would be B. And then the last part is C to D. And this is 95 miles. So this is day 1, day 2, and day 3. All right. Now we have to state what is given and what is to be proved and write a 2-column proof. So let's do that. So what is given is that AB equals 95, and that's miles, and that CD equals 95. So this is what is given. So just write it here. This is your statement, and this is your reason. So I'm just going to start the column proof. What's given is that AB equals 95 and CD equals 95, and that's given. All right. Now we have to, so that would be like part 1. Now what we're going to do is, I'm going to draw it real quick here. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, and these are 95, 95. So, what I'm going to write first is that this is given. And then for 2, I'm going to write that AB plus BC equals AC. So these two, when you add them up, this is going to equal the whole AC. And that's your segment addition postulate. I'll just put postulate. All right. And then I'm going to write next for 3 that 95 plus BC equals AC. So we've got a little X there. And that is, we can also write 95 plus BC equals BT if you add these up. And that's also from the, let me write it up here. This would also be BC plus CD equals BD. All right. Now that is going to be using your substitution property. This is your substitution property of equality, because all I did was substitute my ABs here with the others. So I don't know what I wrote here. So this is 95 plus CD. And I just wrote my 95s for both of these, because that's given. Okay, that's substitution property of equality. And then for number 4, I'm going to say that AC equals 95 plus BC. Because that is your symmetric property. Because all I did was take AC right here and wrote it first, and then I copied down these two here. Well, I just copied this down. I just switched it around. So that's your symmetric property of equality. So basically that's just saying if you have AB equals BA, then you can write that BA equals AB, something like that. Now, the last step is I'm going to say that for 5, I'm going to say that AC equals BD. And that's your transitive property. Of equality. And that's what we were to prove. We want to prove that the distance you write in the first 2 days is the distance you write in the last 2 days. So basically what we're trying to prove is that these two equal these two. And that's what we did there through the transitive property. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.